Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Champions League nightly recap of semi-final games. My name is Benton. Semi-final game, as we only touch the Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Junior Wagwan family, the goat mouth did not work today. How you doing?
It wasn't a goat mouth, it was a goat kid.
It's a goat kid that worked.
Wow.
What a game, what a day. Real Madrid fans are still, well, maybe they're not partying because this is Real Madrid football royalty. So they want to really get hype over finals.
It's regular. It's a regular thing.
What a football game, though. There's a lot of controversies or controversial calls within this game. There's a lot of heated post-match presser comments made after the game. We're going to take a look and a deep dive into the controversial thing, the comments, the calls, and the post-match statements by the coaches, etc. But overall, high-level takeaway from this football game for your family.
Before we give a high-level takeaway, big up to all those who are checking in right now on Facebook. If you're checking in on YouTube, you just check it in. You don't know about chat. We're live every Sunday. But we're just giving more content. So, let's, like I said earlier on the show, better, let's just go out there and give our immediate response to the champion, to the big matches, the big match today. So if you're watching on Facebook, do us a favor. Just hit the follow button real quick. It don't cost you anything. Just hit the follow button and make we just build up our vibes and idea. But as for my takeaway for the game, I'm gonna give you a precursor in my big bomb I'm gonna drop later, right? Bayern Munich the players did what they could to go to the finals, and they just needed a little bit more help, and they didn't get it.
We're going to turn on, should we go ahead and turn on the chat? We're going to turn on the chat and let the comments run in. We see them at the bottom there. Well, at the lower level. At the lower level.
I see Jervian, speaking of bottom, see Jervian I call Tuchel a big guy.
But overall, for me, we did, last night we looked at the Borussia Dortmund PSG game, and we said that game was essentially the early warm, the precursor, the opening act to the big match, the big game. And this game, rightfully and as expected, delivered in all aspects of the football game.
So. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't think the quality of the game was good?
I think the quality of the game yesterday was much better than today's game. Yes, I really think so. I think Bayern was living on a knife's edge. And this is just what my eyes see.
Yeah, me know see you wear glasses and everything, but go ahead.
I never see an approach to the game by Bayern that was deliberate. I saw Bayern playing Bayern football. Bayern approached the game like they approached all their other games. While yesterday Dortmund had a deliberate approach to being sound defensively. They had ideas how they were going to mark Kylian Mbappe, or how they were going to approach Dembele on the other wing and Hakimi, and they stuck to their methods. Today, I see Bayern just going out there and saying, you know what, we're going to play some ball. And I saw Real Madrid just going out and saying, you know what, we're just going to play some ball. Yesterday, to me, looked like a Champions League semi-final. Today, looked like just a big football game. It's a difference.
I totally disagree. Well, you see, this is why various views are important in terms of watching football games, and all views are welcome. Big up to the family. And maybe my expectation, my lofty expectation of these two teams was probably what checked the box for me. But what I saw in this football game was Bayern Munich had a script. They know that, hey, we have to make sure that Vinicius Jr. does not beat us. Joshua Kimmich was getting help all the time when from Pavlovic and the other midfielder to protect Kimmich from Vinny Jr. All right. Now we can say Madrid was imbalanced because a lot of probably 60% or maybe 70% of the attack from Madrid went down through one Mr. Vinicius Jr. But what I saw also that was a plan for Madrid and Bayern Munich is like he will not dictate how this game ends. Let's win the ball and let's move it quickly to Kane and let Kane, a true number 9, coming back, connect the runners them on the outside. And that the runners on the outside, it was unfortunate that Serge Gnabry picked up that injury earlier on because he was gunning. Alphonso Davies came in and scored that beautiful goal. I enjoy this game from box to box. The level of intensity, the level of commitment to the tackles. When you saw a man like Jude Bellingham picking up balls and still struggling to really kind of dictate how this game happened, then you know, say, boy, this is a big man ball. This is ballers all across the park.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But so Jeremy said they went too defensive too quick. Chin. He says Manuel knew a dash it start. Jeremy said they had Real under pressure and he decided it was a good idea to take 20 minutes of pressure to kill out the game. And Chin said bugger the century, I'm gonna make Sancho win Champions League. Shaking my head. Jeremy said Junior is a madman. With all that being said, I'd take him at United. Who at United? And
that is reports. There are some comments not comments. There's some reports that Thomas Tuchel is twerking to get the Manchester United job. So watch that space. You are the Manchester United insider, Junior. So we'll discuss that later on. But let's focus on football royalty. First and foremost, key takeaways for you. 2 or 3 big points. Key moments in this football game for you.
I'm going to piss off some people tonight. And especially...
we only have 10, 15 minutes.
I'm going to piss you off royally in that 10, 15 minutes. No, big up to Thierry Henry, right? Thierry Henry is a baller. We agree on that, right, Benton?
Was a baller.
Thierry Henry is a general.
Yeah, but horrible coach.
Not only a horrible coach, he's also a horrible pundit in terms of he's a horrible evaluator of talent on the left wing. Let me tell you something. I'm a Brazil fan. All right? So what I'm about to say is not coming out my backside. I've been watching football, the X's and O's of football for 34 years. Right? Vinicius Jr. is not all that he's caked up to be. I'm sorry. You take Vinicius Jr. out of Real Madrid and put him somewhere else, he's going to look ordinary. He's going to look like the regular, super fast winger. You take Real Madrid and drop a Vinicius Jr. and your Vinicius Jr. look great. You take out Vinicius Jr. and put any other left wing with talent, and Real Madrid will still go and probably even be better. I'm sorry. Because it is what it is. You know, Rudiger gave up the goal. He didn't give up the goal. Rudiger made a decision, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to piss off some people. But that ball that Rudiger gave to Vinicius Jr. from about 45 yards out, that was pinpoint on his instep for him to finish, and him never finish it. Him kick it high, wide, and handsome. Don't come tell me nothing about Vinicius Jr. a big baller, man. If you tell me that Vinicius Jr. a big baller, you don't know what a big baller is. Vinicius Jr. fast. Me give him that. And the other thing what Vinicius Jr. do, he has a very short memory. I'll give him that. Very short memory because he doesn't let things weigh him down, and Carlo give him the license to go. But that ball for Rudiger at that stage, in this time, deserve a finish of class, man. It deserves a finish of class, Benta. I'm holding that against Vinicius Jr.
Okay, so with based on yes, an excellent pass by Rudiger, excellent pass by Rudiger. So based on this failure to convert is the main ingredient, the main criteria why you think that Vinicius Junior is regular, and ultimately, let me just try to clarify, and ultimately you think that Real Madrid will be fine without a Vinicius Junior currently.
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
Those are the views that Junior are not.
Those are the sensible views of Junior. That's very objective. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I would even venture to say that Rodrigo has better potential than Vinicius. Vinicius Junior just have the charisma. He has the character. He has the charisma. He has the personality of a big baller. But the returns, no. And that being said, Real Madrid is a big side. No,
all right. We can roll this back, because big up to the entire Manchester fans and big up all of Madrid. Big up to yourself. All right. We're going to do one at a time. Football royalty is Real Madrid. So we could discuss Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is a player that still can improve immensely, just like other footballers out in the space. All right. Vinicius Junior, greatest attribute is the ability to take people on, and his speed is a lightning quick advantage. You are the one who always say on ball chat, what does speed do?
Speed kills.
All right, speed kills. And what does Vinicius Junior does? He has speed.
If he had speed to kill.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm going to piss off some people. I'm telling you.
Wait, you get to 2 minutes. I'm rebutting your point.
Okay.
You have a player that I will admit in Vinicius Junior needs some more guidance, some more growth in his football game. Essentially, the growth that I'm looking for in his football game is the decision making when to make those passes. I think sometimes he is overdoing it and reluctant to make the pass. He still has that big baller ego where this idea he wants to be the man, and that's fine. But if you want to be the man, you just have to be the man and deliver it. And sometimes those things don't get delivered as it's supposed to be. So with that said, there's a reason why Real Madrid has a €1 billion, €1 billion buyout clause on Vinny Junior's head. Because this youth, we saw the growth of Vinicius Junior. Remember, he went to Real Madrid when he was, 17 or 18 years old as a teenager. And Real Madrid at the time was a straight bug side. And he single-handedly was instrumental in that year. In fact, we sat here on Ball Chat multiple times and said that, boy, this youth have played too many football games for just a young man. One to the big baller, and then fire Julian Lopetegui, and Madrid was a mess. And he was the only standout. So what I'm looking at what Vinicius Junior was then and what Vinicius Junior is now. Is the growth and the evolution of the player. I expect Vinicius Junior to continue to grow and become a better version of himself, because what you will have is people equally competent or equally effective attackers across the line to pull people off you. When you get a Kylian Mbappe in this team, then Vinicius Junior cannot and should not get double team and triple team. So he should get more space to flourish in these big football games. I will not ever condone an argument say that Vinicius Junior should leave Real Madrid. No.
That's cool.
I don't support that.
So it's so like what? Because Jermaine and somebody to stop it. If speed was all, Rashford would be as good as Vinny. If the brother Real don't have a number 9, who's he going to pass it to?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah, they didn't play with a 9 until late in the game.
Hold on. Understand what I am saying.
Yes.
I'm not saying Vinicius Junior is a bad footballer. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
And you really said, I think I interpreted what you said to be similar to what I said. You just came from a different angle.
Yeah. No, we don't say the same thing. You are say the man take him out and put any other little regular man around there. He's regular. He's
all right.
Not.
So if I don't have to do this some other time, but if you were to dissect, because if you were to dissect Vinicius Junior's game,
yes,
when Real Madrid pass him the ball,
yes,
they just pass him and wait and say, Vinny get the ball here, son. We're gonna wait and see if him reach down there, so then we'll figure out what we're doing next. There is no combination played, nothing between.
You know why is that? Why is that? Because this team, Junior, and this is why we have to give Carlo Ancelotti credit and what is going on. Real Madrid is really an incomplete team. I mean, they have an excessive amount of midfielders, but when you look at the attacking front three, it's like Rodrigo is still an evolution of himself. They went back and got Brahim Diaz, Brahim Diaz is Brahim Diaz. I mean, is not really somebody that I'm going to hang my hat on. And the number 9 position is a player that's on loan in Joselu. And imagine, Carlo Ancelotti went in this football game with Vinny floating sometimes down the middle, Rodrigo sometimes going down the middle. That's how much confidence he had or lack thereof in his number 9 in Joselu.
No, all right, okay. So I think, all right. Let me try it again. Let me try to explain myself. Because I think people are getting, not you, but I think everybody is getting emotional just because I am pissing on their Vinny parade.
Well, don't run and come piss for the man and parade. Let the people enjoy themselves.
This is going to be even worse. So I'm going to get even worse right now.
Okay, go ahead.
If you take Vinicius Junior out of Real Madrid,
yes,
and you plug in Luis Diaz in Real Madrid today, Madrid give Bayern probably 4.
Hell no. And actually, this is the same Luis Diaz. You spoke. Let's take this thing full circle. The crucifixion parade which you're on about Luis Diaz this evening, it started with the ball from Rudiger, right? Can we agree with that? Now focus. Can we agree with that? You started with the ball from Rudiger where you said that Vinicius Jr. should have scored that, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Right. A few weeks ago, we sat here and watched Liverpool where Luis Diaz got a similar ball one-on-one with the goalkeeper and likewise missed it. And we all said Luis Diaz should have scored.
And we never see Vinny miss a one-on-one for Real Madrid.
So but you crucifying Vinny for the same thing and you willing to accept Luis Diaz for the same for doing similar miss?
No, I'm not saying. Listen, Vinicius Junior is a baller, but he is not a superstar. That's all I'm saying.
Well, but you took it a step further and said that if you take Luis Diaz out of Real Madrid, if you swap Luis Diaz for Vinicius Junior, Real Madrid will be fine. Real Madrid.
I think Luis Diaz is more effective than
I drink man full space, brother. The only thing that Luis Diaz will probably do better is probably on the defensive side.
And incorporate his team more.
All right. If 60% of Real Madrid's attack in this football game early on went through Vinicius Jr.
The very first play of the game when Kimmich gave Vinicius Jr. the ball.
Yeah.
And had Bayern Munich pissing down them legs trying to recover. What happened?
Which one?
The one when Kimmich missed control and Vinny picked it up and ran at the right side of Bayern Munich. It was a precursor to the whole game. And
he should have passed the ball. I don't remember the exact play.
The decision is a final decision. My issue with Vinny is the decision making.
Yeah.
And when people talk about a big baller, because there's one thing, as bad as PSG looked yesterday, if it's one thing when Mbappe pick up the ball on the left wing, his output was 20 times better than Vinny's output. Can we agree on that?
Listen.
We know Mbappe is a bigger baller. We know that.
Yeah,
can we agree?
Mbappe is further. Mbappe is above Vinicius Jr. But this is why. Also, I think that you put Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. in the same group as Real Madrid is trying to do next year. You're going to see the evolution of the player.
I don't think so.
Again, more highlight. I think you're undervaluing the importance of the fact that Vinicius Jr. gets the defense overloaded to his side. Again, more reiterate, more make the point clearly. Kimmich, Pavlich, and Real Madrid's left side pretty much had the focus from Bayern Munich's midfielders, defensive midfielders to help Joshua Kimmich.
Okay.
There was absolutely nothing coming down on the right side. Fede Valverde was the one shot. In fact, Vinicius Jr. took a shot from the right side that hit off the inside of the post, came out, which Rodrigo should have scored, and Neuer made a brilliant save.
Right.
Now, so are you willing to stand down on the disrespect of Vinicius Jr., sir?
No, I'm not. No. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not being disrespectful. All I'm saying is I'm talking about Thierry Henry was waxing lyrical about Vinicius Jr. and his output, and I said that it never resonated with me well. What he was saying is not what I was saying. That's all I'm saying.
You came across angry and miserable.
Yeah, but vex over that statement, man, because BM says Vinny is a baller, but 1 million euros madness. Jermaine says appears to come out of about to the Vinny, and Jermaine says Vinny makes better decisions than Mbappe. Jermaine also said there is not 3 left side attackers better than Vinny right now.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There aren't 3 left side attackers that are better than Vinny. Go ahead. Name them. You going to start with Luis Diaz? Because you did say that Luis Diaz was better.
Started with Killy.
Okay. We agree that Killy is above. I agree that Killy is above Vinicius Jr.
I'm thinking about the second one.
You said name 3, so go ahead.
Right. Diaz is the third.
So wait, you're putting Luis Diaz above Vinicius Jr.?
I'm putting Son above Vinicius Jr. too.
Who? Repeat?
Son. You were telling me say Vinicius Jr. better than Young Ming Son?
Yo, you know what? End the chat. End it. Let's call it a night. Plug out the machine.
Plug out the
machine.
You tell me say Vinicius Jr. better than Son.
Yeah, I waste of time this. Waste of time. We can plug out the machine and go where we are. It's all lad. Yeah, we can plug out the lad.
Hold on.
Yo, we plug out the machine and go where we are. God, this is foolishness. Junior is, what you drinking, brother?
Yo, so you don't think Sad is comparable to Vinny? Okay, all right. But don't the argument. Go on. You want to win. I'm wrong. I apologize. I'm wrong.
The German said, he might give me a month break. But by and large, the improvement in Vinicius Jr. when he joined Real Madrid as a youngster, and we saw him because again when Vinicius Jr. actually started playing for the senior team a lot earlier than others expected, because Real Madrid was going through a very bad patch at the time, and he was one of the standout players on that team. And to look at where he was and where he is now, he has some growth to go and some more improvement that him can have. Improvements happen. And ultimately, Vinicius is a baller, man. Absolute baller. Absolute baller.
All right.
Speaking of baller, Junior, your baller, Harry Kane, went to Bayern Munich to win a trophy. And What? Is this the brother just assault, or is it just what? How do you explain this one, brother? Because
All right,
Bayern Munich snatched defeat from the jaws of victory tonight.
All right, so piss off comment number 2. So Jeremy and a bunch of Man U people, couple of them would love Tuchel at Manchester United. I'm not gonna lie, I picked Bayern to win. I picked Bayern to hold the Big Ears trophy June 1st. And I even envisioned Tuchel holding the trophy and putting 2 middle fingers like this with the Big Ears trophy to the camera, which will be signaling, I'm telling the Bayern brass where if it sticks something where the sun don't shine, right? But ultimately, the Bayern brass right now can point to the game and say, this is exactly why your ass is fired. Because I said earlier, the players did everything in their power to make it to the Champions League fight. They just needed a little help. Just a little help. And what Tuchel do? Tuchel say, help your backside. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock shop. So he put on Little Kim. Well,
those are the views that you...
It is what it is. They put on Mr. Chin.
Kim Manager.
Little Kim is offensive. Mr. Chin is offensive.
How about you just use the man name? Yo.
What's the other Kim name?
Not Little Kim. The man name is Kim.
What's last name?
Manager.
All right. So they put on the Asian Jay-Z and say, go lock shop. Right? Which, fine. That makes sense. But then Tuchel had his Theodore Whitmore moment in Mexico. You remember the Mexico game, right? With Jamaica leading 1-0. Was it 1-0 or was it a tie game with like 5 minutes?
80 something. Yeah. When
and you remember that substitution that he made on the right side, right? Of all the people on the bench, where the hell is Thomas Muller going in a game that you're leading and you're trying to win the damn game? Where the hell is Thomas Muller going? What Thomas Muller is going on the field for to do? Other than for to take picture, we made it to the Champions League final, and I am the poster boy for this Bayern Munich side. That was the dumbest substitution ever. Like, when we see it, I'm gonna put it in a chat. But type, put that in the chat.
From Musiala. You didn't want that.
It's like you're going like for like, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not like for like.
No, but is an attacking midfielder.
Okay, all right, fine.
Right? So you take out an attacking midfielder and put in another attacking midfielder when you're trying to lock shop. And then to make it 3 million times worse, you say, you know what? I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to take off the striker that will spend a bag of money for to get something this year, and this is the only trophy we're going to get. And come striker, you come out of the field, and I put on troublemaker.
Thing. You know what? That's what is 85th minute? One of the attributes of Harry Kane is the ability to hold up the ball.
Hold up the play.
And you slow the ball game down. You're up and soon after he came off in the
couple times.
The concerning thing also is that you took off Harry Kane, the man who scored 44 goals for you this season in our competition, or is it what, 44 goals in our competition? I don't even remember exactly what, but 44 goals. And if you need a goal, if say Real Madrid equalize, where are you gonna get that? You would like to have your 44 goals man on the field if Real Madrid score. And
if Real Madrid score and you lock shop and go penalty shootout, who's going to take the penalties? Is one of the dumbest. I've never seen. I'm really equate that to Whitmore's decision in Mexico. It is that stupid. That to me proved to me that Tuchel don't necessarily have his hand on the team. Because I argued that Bayern Munich made this run because of Müller, and this is Müller's swan song, right? And Müller just had to see the field. Bayern Munich has not defeated Real Madrid in the Bernabeu since Beckenbauer time or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And Real Madrid has not lost a meaningful game here to a German side, blah, blah, blah. Let's get Müller on the field. For what? This is Real Madrid. And if we talked about Vinny earlier, after Vinny stole the ball in the first minute of the game and attacked and won the corner, he made a decision that I think they won a corner off of it. In the first minute, Vinny went like this to the crowd. And from that minute till the last minute of the game, every time a Real Madrid player had a chance, he went like this to the crowd. And you, Thomas Tuchel, sit down and watch that and put old man Müller for go up on the field against that energy? Come on, man. Come on. That hands down is the worst Champions League substitution I can ever think of been made. Ever. And to make it worse, it's not like Bayern Munich have a midweek game that they have to save Harry Kane for. Hell, Harry Kane could have not played another game till June 1st.
Yeah, whatever you do, yeah, finish it. If you're going to die with your gun in your hand.
Trust me, the Bayern Munich brass breathe a sigh of relief because everybody feel like the winner of this game winning Champions League. That's what everybody feel like, right? Yeah. And Bayern Munich brass, they are already struggling to replace Tuchel. And if he had won the Champions League, it'd make it worse to replace him right now.
Yeah.
So they are the ones that come out victors today. I think they win more than Real Madrid today.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, because I in the earlier part of the day, the pre-match presser yesterday, or sometime today, Tuchel did hint that he could stay at Bayern Munich or he could go to the Premier League. He loves the Premier League, so I am wrong. You're right. There is we spoke about this past Sunday when I thought that the door was closed regarding him staying at Bayern Munich at least. I know there's a petition for him by some fans to keep him. I don't know if that petition is gonna still be there, but he did acknowledge that there is a possibility that he might stay there. I don't know if he's going to stay there after this tonight.
Trust me. Is one of the most mind-numbing decisions I've ever seen. Yesterday we talked about Dembele, and you rightfully said Lucha should have taken Dembele off at halftime. I would say, boy, that's revisionist history, right? There is no revisionist history for this Harry Kane and Müller substitution, none. Now, Leroy Sané, they reported that he had some pelvic bone issues or pain, so we understand that. We understand Musiala was playing and he had to take painkillers for his knee just to play. So we understand that substitution. But putting on Müller, Musiala at 85th minute was running harder than Müller fresh in the game. No, man.
But that aside, let's give a salute to the blue-collar workers, the blue-collar men. You have teams that have 5-star generals. You have ballers, high-money players, the Vinicius Jr., the Jude Bellinghams, the big money ballers on Real Madrid. But the men who showed up and showed out tonight were in the NFL, as you are the NFL guru, the people in the trenches, right? The men who battle hard, and man like Rudiger, man like Joselu. I mean, Joselu to come on in this football game, Junior, and score 2 goals in 5 minutes is absolutely remarkable. And who delivered that second goal to him? Nacho passed it to Rudiger, and Rudiger passed it to Joselu. What a story, family. What a story.
Yeah, because some people might want to say Rudiger caused the Alphonso Davies goal, which I am going to contest. He didn't do that.
No,
I was just like,
I don't think him could have done none, but in fact, speaking of Alphonso Davies goal, we can pull up a machine and run it.
and when you look at that goal, when you look at the goal for Alphonso Davies is a left-footed attacking wing-back, right? Rudiger did the right thing by sending him right to him inside. I think he did the right thing by sending him right. Look at Rudiger's reaction.
Yeah, he was trying to...
The video won't show it. But Rudiger did everything right, and he was expecting the inside midfielder to cut that off.
To cut off the shot.
Right.
But I guess the criticism that some would have of Rudiger is to show him straight down the line. Don't allow him. But then you're saying that the responsibility should be that additional Real Madrid player to be able to cover that space. Don't allow that shot.
Because we feel Rudiger is fast, but Rudiger knows he's not fast enough to convert.
He's old now, man. He might get up in that age, man.
Right. So if Rudiger was to show Alphonso Davies to the byline, Alphonso Davies would take that 9 times out of 10, and we all know what is the most dangerous pass or cross in football is a cross back against the grain of the defenders. That is proven. That every coach will tell you that's the hardest pass to defend, is that cutback pass. So Rudiger did everything right. Rudiger removed the option for Alphonso Davies to cross the ball and gave him one option. Alphonso Davies, running down in that play, had about probably 3 options. He could take Rudiger on one-on-one, cut to his left foot and shoot it across the face of goal. Take Rudiger on one-on-one, cut to the byline and cross it across the face of goal. Or cut to his right side and shoot. Rudiger removed the first 2 and said, you only have one option. So everybody behind me better expect this one option. And Alphonso Davies, he just picked a world-class option. Yeah, it was a world-class goal.
And credit to this youth. It couldn't happen to a nicer youth. I couldn't be happier for Alphonso Davies. There's quite a bit of uncertainty about his remaining time with Bayern Munich. There were reports that Real Madrid might be the next destination. Then there were reports that Real Madrid may have cooled their interest. Let's see what happened, but it's not a bad way to kind of wake up the ants nest, so to speak. And
reminding them. He's reminding them what it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, he probably made himself some money on another contract, because I think he's at the end of his Bayern Munich deal wrapping up. So big up to Alphonso Davies. And we watch him play. Of course, this is not CONCACAF football, but we watch him play down the left wing in CONCACAF, and he's quite surgical against some of them defenders. Yeah.
And you know what? There's so much, when you look at that goal, there's so much technicalities to that strike. And I don't think people, unless you tried it, will really understand how hard it is to generate that power in a ball that he's sending the ball away from the goal. That last touch before the shot. The power that he generated moving the ball away from the goal to wrap his foot around it like that.
Yeah, it's a goal also. Junior, in addition to this though, we spoke about Bayern Munich, and both of them teams are big teams. They are big clubs, these are big boy football. But Thomas Muller made some excellent saves in this football game.
Neuer.
Yeah?
Manuel Neuer.
Yes. Thank you. Manuel Neuer. Made some excellent saves in this football game. But how do you explain the blunder on the first Joselu goal?
When I saw that goal, you know what I thought about?
What?
I thought about Brazil versus Germany in South Korea, the World Cup final, when Kane gave up the goal to Ronaldo.
What, 2002?
Was it 2002? Yes,
Yeah.
2002. When the three R's were played. And if you remember that goal, that Rivaldo was the one that took the shot. And it was the same kind of shot, and Kane spilled the ball, and Ronaldo was first to react and scored. Any goalkeepers out there will tell you, and I'm sure your youth coach, my youth coach, everybody in the chat, their youth coaches told you on the corner kicks when you were practicing headers to the goal, it's always head the ball to the goalkeeper's feet, right? It's harder to catch. It's harder because the goalkeeper have to time the ball bouncing, and 9 times out of 10 they have to literally hit the ball down in front of them and then catch it. So again, they have to have a soft touch and then pick up the ball, right?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's easy to say. It's easy to say Neuro messed up. But I'm going to go the other way. It shows why Real Madrid needs a true number 9. Because if Joselu wasn't on the field, nobody was reacting to the ball like that.
Yeah. He did his job perfectly.
Right, and that's what separates a striker from a winger, try Dini.
Yeah.
When you talk about separating strikers from wingers. They're fired on my belly.
Why are you so angry tonight? Why are you...
You're up Champions League farm.
I tried Dini.
Champions League farm, because Tridini you would know the whole Tridini winger versus striker. But that is the definition of a striker. That they anticipate those mistakes.
Yes,
if a real striker will jump for a ball and 3 defenders can jump in front of that striker, and all 3 will miss, and the striker has the reflexes and the expectation that the ball is still going to get to him and he's going to finish it.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Newer. Newer got a knuckleball, and the striker on the field reacted before everybody else.
Yeah. You're 100% right. I don't know if you're right, but I agree with you.
That's my interpretation.
I agree with you, because ultimately, you have to anticipate and 9 times out of 10, Muller scooped that up and there's no rebound. But you go in each time with the hope, with the prayer, hoping for some blunder, and he got his blunder. But Junior, the thing is that this goalkeeper, as legendary as he is, to see it, it's somewhat. Sometimes you see some things happen and you say, brother, this really happened?
I'm telling you, look up Oliver Kahn goal that he gave.
I remember the 2002.
It's the same thing.
He's like, brother, this really happened to this man?
Right. You can't explain it, but for that to happen and for us to have that conversation, you have to have the reaction. And again, hundreds of pounds ago, I was a striker. And if I was to be a youth coach,
I think you would say hundreds of pounds less. But that big money striker, English pound.
Yeah, well, But that if I was to look at a youth player, I would show him that and say, that is what you call a striker's instinct.
Yeah, man.
Instinct. The man, it's almost like he willed that error.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it happened. Yeah.
Junior,
the BM said Dexter Lamborghini made Davis look ordinary though. In all fairness, remember
Davis went to back row the day there.
Yeah, remember Davis will come off a head injury too,
Junior, we are done showing the important topic of the day long enough. This lack thereof, offside, no offside, no call, no call. Bayern Munich fans, some of them are quite ticked off. Bayern Munich players, coaches. I think Matt DeLitt said that the linesman did apologize to him. Of course, that I hear, because whenever you're the linesman, UEFA nor any officials have come out and say one thing or the other. We have a screen grab of the actual setup here. Of course, the goal was scored, and the goal was scored after the whistle was blown. Junior, talk me through this thing, and does Bayern Munich people them have a legitimate gripe?
They have a legitimate gripe, but guess what, guys? That's how football is. That's how sports is. Yes, if I was a young Bayern Munich fan, I'm crying my eyes out and can't understand why the football gods would do us this wrong. But as you grow and mature and you see enough football games, you realize that, that's the nature of the sport, and you don't leave it up to the referees to determine where you are. There should not have been a reason for Matthias de Ligt to be in the opponent 18-yard box to try to score equalizer in the 103rd minute or whatever it was. So is unfortunate by the letter of the law, by the use of VAR, yada 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 yada. It's messed up that it came down this way. It was a goal. You can clearly see with the line on the field, you see where Rudiger's hand is, and you see where not the lid, Troublemaker running the second on the outside running in. So he's clearly in an onside position.
Well, but you're not using the hand here to make a determination. It's close.
Of course you can.
Why is the hand is being used and the hand cannot be used to score a goal?
No, the shoulder.
Yeah, so then you would have to draw a line. These shoulders look very close to me.
Yeah, it looks close. All right, cool. So they missed the opportunity for VAR to conclude. If let's put it that way, then. So that even make it worse, though. Then you don't have a leg to stand on, because thankfully UEFA is not like EPL. EPL will have done come out and say, yes, the referee made a mistake because we had our VAR guy drew the lines, and here's a picture of the lines and blah. You realize UEFA just say, get over it. It's game
done. We got our yard
first. Yeah, do you realize it? They don't have a long argument. June first. And live with it.
This is also one of the, and I know he was exhausted, and I know he ran a lot in this football game. But this is part of the growth that needs to happen with Vinicius Jr., I believe also, because the ball for this cross from Joshua Kimmich was taken off Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. had the ball casually. Yo, I know say you're tired, but you're trying to go win trophies now. Go cow corner, go to the flag way down in the cow corner and run clock, because that's all you needed to do. But I think it seems like he had the mindset that the game was done. So, and even if them take care and them kick it long, he's going to then let his teammates take care of it. So this is something where Vinicius Jr. has to grow in. Like, look, I'm not going to let it fall on the shoulders of the people behind me. I've got this ball. I'm going to take it down here, and we're just going to run this ball game out and call it a day. Because then we would not have any sort of controversial issue right now. He take the ball and just say, yo, one more run, defender. We're going to run, and we're going to go to corner flag. Kick me down. And we call it a day. After the game, a lot of words back and forth. Thomas Tuchel said that, quote, it was a disaster, an absolute disaster, and it's clear violation of the rules. The clear rule is that the scene must continue. The first mistake was made by the linesman, the second by the referee, end quote. And I guess the first mistake was the linesman putting up, it was too close to call, he's supposed to let it play out. And then the referee could have ignored the linesman and allowed the play to continue. A lot was said at the post-match presser. And I know some of the emotions are raw at this moment. Muller said, it happens to them and against this team. Even Thomas Tuchel implied something to that extent that it happened against this team. Junior, what exactly is trying to say that? Real Madrid are pay off the referees? He said that it's against this team at this place against these people. Is his implication?
Yeah, he's trying to say that that's Real Madrid's luck, quote unquote luck, and he's leaving it open ended for us to interpret how we want to interpret.
All right,
it.
then put on your interpretation hat and where am I saying? Real Madrid about the referees them?
He's saying it's not his fault. He's saying that luck was against him.
Don Carlo said, all right, Don Carlo said, fine. Y'all want to complain about the offside goal, quote, Bayern complain about offside. Okay, so we complain about the cancelled goal of Nacho because Kimmich dive, end quote.
Yep.
So Carlo Ancelotti, as his post-match presser says, okay, two can play this game. You want to complain about the offside goal, we're going to complain that Joshua Kimmich dove.
Which he did. No, somebody can go and say, well, it was two hands to the face and he pushed off and blah, blah, blah. He dove. And if the ball was coming right there at that time, Kimmich would have taken that push to the face and fight for the ball and head the ball out. So he dove. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. Now, was it the right call? Yes, it was the right call. I'm not saying that it wasn't the right call. I'm not saying that Real Madrid should have got the goal. But that could be you leave that up to interpretation. And if VAR they come back and say there's nothing there, I wouldn't be sitting here and crying foul either. It's one of those things there, it's 50-50. Whatever the ref on the field at the time sees and say, it is what it is. Because the ref on the field could have went and give the Real Madrid player a red card. He could have well been within his right to give him a red card for a flagrant or what do you call it? A non-football playing foul or whatever they want to call it.
Okay.
An aggressive play. He could have given him a red card for that.
Dangerous play or whatever.
He could have given him a red card.
Yeah.
He pushed it that face, and I interpret that's a punch. Red card. So everybody have sit down now and crying over that. The offside call by the letter of the law and the rules that were put in place, yes, Bayern Munich has a right to feel hard done by that one play. But dude, it's the last second of the game. You had 110, 111 minutes to determine the outcome of the game, and you failed. You had the lead, and your coach made some decisions that pegged you back and even put you behind the 8-ball, and you guys tried to fight your way out of it, and unfortunately, the call never got your way in the end. Such is life.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, and I've been on record of saying this, because sometimes I leave no room for error in this high-stakes sort of game, right? Because This is big money, a.k.a. a lot of investments. There's a lot of money at stake, careers at stake. But at the end of the day, humans are involved. Just like Muller made that error, he's a human. Just like, players make errors, the officials are also humans. So we have to kind of build some of this thing into the whole landscape of it. And for me, I need to always just adjust my expectation that this is part and parcel of how things kind of chat up.
Because we have seen because one thing, Real Madrid stopped playing right before the whistle blew.
Yes, they stopped. Yeah, they stopped playing because they. So that's the thing, right? They stopped playing. Yes, they did.
So what if the goal was given? Now Real Madrid players have said, "Well, you put up your flag now. You should have put up your flag after." Yeah, which is what the referee should have done.
The argument is that you should play it through the whistle. So it's always this tit for tat thing, and the emotions are raw right now, But I think by and large these two teams have an enormous amount of respect for each other. we saw 22 players who, plus the substitutions, who gave it all. And it was, football was enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
We have to salute Don himself, the one and only Carlo Ancelotti Jr. I mean, this is the only manager, sixth final. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first man to take 6 teams to the Champions League final. And of course, the blemish that 04-05 Milan team, outside of that, he has won all the others. Junior, say, we can't wax lyrically enough about what he's doing and what he continues to do.
And the beauty about it is because some people might give the argument that he's doing it with a super team, he's doing it with Zidane players, he's doing it with blah, blah, blah. Which there is an argument for that, right? Fine. But looking at these games and the ending of these games and the decisions that are made, because Zidane's miraculous endings, you have the Gareth Bale bicycle,
yeah,
you have the Ronaldo bicycle, you have the, was it Ramos header for the corner?
Yeah.
Those are all true world-class players. I still consider Gareth Bale a world-class player, even at Real Madrid. I just think he got way wide.
Yeah, man.
But for Carlo, Vinicius jokes aside, he has a imprint, a fingerprint on all of those big moments that have happened for Real Madrid over the last couple of years. Now, if you follow Real Madrid closely, you know that people out there are getting tired of Carlo ball at Real Madrid. So they're getting tired of Carlo playing defensively at Man City. They're getting tired of Carlo playing defensively at PSG. And they think it's getting boring and blah, blah, blah. And they will make arguments like Carlo sometimes make the wids look hard, right?
Yeah.
Those are spoiled people. But people who know coaching and know that Joselu change to create those 2 goals.
Yeah.
Versus Müller coming off the field for Bayern Munich. Versus having Dembele on the field for probably 30 minutes longer than he should be. That's a difference in a big-time coach. When you want to talk about difference in coaches, there it is.
Yeah.
I put on a baller that scored 2 goals in the end. You take off your baller that caused me to get the win, and this someone over there, so they'll take off fiend baller early enough. That means that them side can't score. Carlo a big coach.
Yeah. I mean, and with there are people who do this thing for a long time, and they recognize the moments, and they get the big moments, and they run with it.
Yes.
Carlo Ancelotti has gotten the big moments, gotten the opportunities, and he has ran with it. It's not every man who run with it. And Real Madrid has gotten the big moments as a team and has ran with it. The last time Real Madrid lost a European final was 1981.
And here goes the goat mouth.
And that was, and I think it was an Alex Ferguson team that defeated him in 81. Look that up. I think that was the European Cup final. And that's, I mean, 14th, this is their 18th European/Champions League final. I mean,
here goes the goat mouth.
There's no, you can't go out mouth football royalty. You just have to recognize. Because, Junior, you mentioned something earlier regarding the intensity. Like, you can see the tide changing. When Vinicius Jr. went for that corner and said, okay, we got 10 minutes left in the ball game. If these people gonna win this ball game, if they're gonna win it, we know that they're gonna get everything we got going from here on out.
Right.
Everything. And that's what champions do, brother. I mean, we saw a team yesterday, a huff and a puff, but can't blow the house down. But here is a team said, we will score. And it's just, and when you have done it so many times, with different players, but the culture, the fabric of this club this is what Real Madrid do. This is part of the DNA of this club. Football Club Barcelona could learn something. And Football Club Barcelona fans can come at me for saying that. But every club who aspire to be great can learn something from Real Madrid.
And one last thing to tell you why the coach have the pulse of the team. When they went down 1-0, look at the changes that he made.
Yeah.
He didn't wait another second.
Yeah, Tony Cruz, come.
Put on, put on Madrid, put on Chouamini.
Come, Camavinga, get in there.
Yeah, they put on the ball and they say, yo, guns out and turn on make people life ball.
and ultimately, this is what it is. So it's all set, family. London Champions League final 2024, Borussia Dortmund versus, and BM says Aberdeen, led by Alex Ferguson, defeated Real Madrid in the 1983 Cup Winners' Cup. Thank you very much. And it was Alex Ferguson that beat Real Madrid the last time this team lost a European title. So in 83, not 81.
Don't make me start crying, man.
Eh?
But don't bring tears to my eyes, man.
I mean, what, for Real Madrid success?
You can't call Ferguson name around this one, right?
For Real Madrid success, Junior. I know when you see football royalty, you can get emotional still. Big up Sir Alex Ferguson. BM says, Dortmund for my money. Yes, I am a bad Man United fan. But wouldn't that mean that Jadon Sancho would win a title if you're bad mind in Man United? I mean, what's the deal? Some Man United fans want Sancho to win, and some Man United fans don't want him to win. The Man U
fans who don't want him to win have any sense. You know the escalators that went up because Dortmund is in the Champions League final.
Yes.
The
agreement for his transfer is that the more the loan deal, the more successful Dortmund do in these competitions, the more the money.
His wages that we're paying a percentage of is already paid off. So, we get back that money. Win the Champions League, youth. You know how many Manchester United players? You say we have some new age Manchester United fans, right? People think that Manu did Sancho wrong. Go look at Ruud van Nistelrooy and what Manchester United did to him. Look at what Fergie, that everybody covet, did to Ruud van Nistelrooy. When Ruud van Nistelrooy played out him heart, Fergie say, yeah, hear me, man. I get all of them. Go on to Real Madrid. And Real Madrid took up Ruud van Nistelrooy, which means that they evaluated that Ruud van Nistelrooy had more left in the tank. And Fergie said, no, I'm cashing in. Go about your business. And Van Nistelrooy wasn't a happy guy when he left. People go back and check. Real Manchester United fans, go back and check your history. Look up, was it Andy Cole or Dwight York? Which one of them went first? I think Cole went to Sunderland. Look up Andy Cole leaving Manchester United. And look up David Beckham leaving Manchester United. Look up Roy Keane when he left Manchester United. Come on, man. Sancho is just, I don't get how people are enamored with Sancho. And, Sancho is going to do this one player and other players are going to leave Man U and win stuff. It's not a big thing. We should be happy for him. Why should we sit down now and bad-mind the youth? For what?
Yeah, but you just want him win so he can be beneficial for Manchester United.
That's a plus. That is a plus.
There are those who don't want him to win so he can be detrimental to Manchester United.
Well, you see, okay.
In fact, those who want to see Manchester United get relegated, go bankrupt, get liquidated financially, they want Jadon Sancho to do horrible, and then they can send him back with his big wages back to Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And
give us an example of that person. Are you that guy?
Who is that guy?
Are you that guy?
Nah, I mean, the Sancho situation. Let me see how I stand. There's something about Sancho and the Ten Hag. I know Ten Hag is the man whose rules dictate what happens, but from the David Neres situation also at Ajax, and the Ten Hag and the situation now with Jadon Sancho, I think Ten Hag needs to kind of figure out a better way to manage players.
Yeah.
There needs to be a better way to manage these players. You know, Alex Ferguson has a one-down mentality. In fact, I think he did hit somebody in the face with a boot one time. Isn't that?
I think that was Beckham. That was Beckham.
Yeah, David Beckham. Imagine a coach trying to come on with a boot right now. Then would I gang him and gives right to the leg.
Who would I gang him?
Yo, you tell me say a coach can come on with a boot right now and still walk out feel good?
It depends on the coach.
All right, maybe. All right, so Jose Mourinho is the baddest coach probably now. Well, no, Conte now is the baddest coach.
No, Conte.
Yeah, not Conte now. Conte was the baddest coach. All right, let me see. When Conte was at Spurs, you think Conte can hit a man over there with boot?
All right. Can a man at Spurs, while Conte is the coach, give Conte a reason to hit him with a boot?
Yes.
You're crazy. You're crazy. The players then will get to him before Conte get to him. So it depends on the coach. And I guess this is what we're going on Sunday shoot live and all. But the Ten Hag's problem is he's not a big baller coach. He's not. Ten Hag is a youth coach. We call Solskjaer a PE teacher. Ten Hag is a PE teacher. He is the ultimate PE teacher.
I think, all right, my assessment time is this. I think he does well in an environment that allows him to kind of have a stress-free build relationship with the group. And that is something that happened at Ajax, right? The group is his group, and they go through the trenches, them go together, them grow together, and build, and the youth, them come through, and, you know, Manchester United is not that place. You're not going to get that time for kind of build, grow, and build relation. No. And so the personality and the man management is essential.
Right.
It is essential. It's essential. All right. Now back to big side and big clubs. And forget bug teams and bug side. Junior, early reading on this Champions League final. The Farmers boys from Dortmund versus the football royalty. Real Madrid.
You know what this feel like? This feel like Liverpool versus Real Madrid. When Karius
made a
mistake. Yeah. This final. I remember Liverpool never really arrived as Liverpool as yet. They were on their way, right?
Yeah.
And they just needed that extra.
Yeah.
I think Dortmund might need that extra to beat Real Madrid that they don't have. And unfortunately, there might be some pressure might eventually break the pipe, because I don't expect Dortmund to run at Real Madrid. I expect Dortmund to approach a game the same way they did against PSG in the second leg of the semi-final. Be very compact, be very disciplined, press when you can, and find places to counter-attack, right?
Yeah.
To me, PSG, the Brazilian, Marquinhos was a big baller for PSG, and he made a big difference.
Yeah.
Stifling some of those people. I can't see Rudiger easily doing that, right?
Yeah.
Plus, Real Madrid have better midfielders than PSG. Yeah. Plus, remove Dembele and put in Rodrigo attacking on the right. and you have Vinicius Junior on the left that is somewhat comparable to Kylian Mbappe, but Mbappe we know is ahead. But for that joke aside, Vinicius is going to give problems on that right side too. Real Madrid is going to be more balanced coming forward. It's just somebody going to have to play out their mind. I don't know if Marco Reus going to turn back the clock if they can get to the 70th minute and the game is still close and you put on Marco Reus and him just somehow magically flip the switch.
Or Julian Brandt. I mean, Brandt has been instrumental for them.
Yeah, but Brandt has been instrumental against a midfield that allows him the opportunity to can play one way and not have to worry about the other way.
Yeah.
Camavinga, Chouamini, Modric, Cruz. Brad,
Fede Valverde.
Fede Valverde.
Yeah,
Brad, you're going to have some work for them.
Yeah.
You're going to have some work for them. So your attacking prowess might be... you know what? If I was that man coach, it's 3 weeks to the final. My boy don't play no more football game. We just practice and we rest. Because we're going to need to be 120%. Because we're going to have to play 90 minutes plus. I have to be 100% committed, 100% focused to have a chance to beat Real Madrid.
So that's the thing now. I mean, as a manager, how do you manage now going down the stretch? Because one hand, you want the rest, but on the other hand, you also don't want to show up at the final not clicking and not alert and game alert, so to speak. Because
both teams have no problem.
Yeah. Huh?
Go ahead. Both teams have no...
Because there's one thing with just training and practicing. But the game live action, the senses kicked a little bit quickly when you're doing it all the time. Everything becomes second nature now. As opposed to, sometimes you take a break and then you have to restart again, and and that restart is that big game. So you don't,
Yeah, but you're not shutting it down. I don't think you're shutting it down 100%.
Okay,
and
so you just play them in some games now and again.
Yeah, and the approach to the games will be, let's work like Dortmund have how many games? Probably 2-3 games in between now and the Champions League final. They're not playing for anything domestically.
Yeah,
they're fifth. I mean,
they've already locked up their players for the Champions League next year, right?
Right. So you have nothing to play for. So guess what? Guess what we're doing for the next couple of games? We are going to work on something. We have our scouts. We sit down and we say, all right, here's our approach. Here's a game day scenario that we're going to work on. Let's assume that we are chasing the game against Real Madrid. This is how we're going to approach this game. Let's work on what we're going to work on. Let's assume that we want to shuttle you at Real Madrid down the middle of the field in this game. This is how we're going to approach it. Let's work on it in this game. That's the beauty of this final right now, is that both teams have an opportunity to come in 100% mentally ready and as close to physically fit as possible, assuming no freak injuries.
Yeah, and but like we always say, the ball is round. And if I'm a betting man, I don't want to goat mouth nobody, but I would probably put a $5 on Dortmund. I mean, the story is kind of surreal, right? Time and time again throughout this run, there's been this expectation that the team that they've played are going to beat them. Right. We saw against Atletico Madrid when Atletico Madrid, Chola is probably sitting at home right now and said, what the rot did happen this year? We had that game in our hands. This should have been, and they found a way. And we saw it against PSG yesterday. This team, there's something about this team. And Real Madrid, Real Madrid is Real Madrid, but there's a lot that can happen between now and the actual final. So we just have to watch the space.
So 2018, I'm looking it up right now. To Liverpool's 2018 Champions League. That's the year when Karius had the year to forget, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, they have this Dortmund team just feel like that Liverpool team. And no, it's not because of the Klopp connection. But that year, Liverpool beat Roma 4-2. They played Real Madrid in the group stage that year as well. And Madrid beat them 3-1? It looked like. Then beat them, play Porto. They had that run similar to Dortmund.
Yeah, to Dortmund.
And it just feel to me like Dortmund is going to have to, they're going to have to go over, they're going to have to go through that hurdle, go over that hurdle of being the ultimate underdog. Because you're right, if I was a betting man, I'm betting on Dortmund because the returns are higher, right? But if you put a gun to my head, I'm going to say Real Madrid going to win.
Yeah. Jude Bellingham looking to get his first Champions League trophy. Matt Hummels, Marco Reus. I mean, there are so many storylines along this thing, brother. So many storylines. I mean, we have a lot of time to kind of chop this up. We're going to do a watch along for that final. We're going to definitely gas up the machine, turn on the machine, and watch the game together as a family. But big ups to PSG and Bayern Munich players that left it all on the park. I just saw it go. Now
it wasn't Real Madrid them played. That was a year that they came from 3-0 down to beat Barcelona in the semi-final.
Yeah, okay, Julia. We don't need to hear all that.
There's no
that is irrelevant information. that information is irrelevant. As you were saying.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it just feels too much like that year. Eerie. It's an eerie feeling to me.
Real Madrid running in, looking for their 15th European big years, big fancy trophy. Dortmund still trying for. Dortmund has never won one of these things, right?
Nope.
No. Good luck. Last final for Dortmund was 2013 when they ran into Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid last final was what, 2 years ago, right? When they won the trophy.
Yeah.
All right, family. What a day of football. Big up to our listeners. We're going to do this Sunday. We have our 5 p.m. sure Premier League title race takes center stage again. So we're going to discuss Arsenal and Manchester City. No Arsenal fans working overtime for Fulham. Fulham plays Man City Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Arsenal versus Man United this Sunday is a big ball game. So, Junior, I hit that, you know. Hit that. Connect with us on Instagram at BallChat Podcast. We're on X at BallChat1. We're on Facebook at BallChat. TikTok family can link us at BallChat_podcast. We're at email ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Look more family. Bless up on yourself.
Yo, Vinicius Jr. is a dark-skinned version of Timo Werner.
Yo.